To me, it's crazy that a narrative's being put forward that Corbyn is a racist or anti-Hindu.
I'm a Tamil, ethnically, religious point of view, I'm a Hindu.
I don't believe he harbours any kind of prejudice against people who happen to be practicing Hindus, as many of my family members are, and I don't think he's antithetical to India.
Corbyn doesn't come across as a racist or anti-religious person. He's a very humane person.
When you look at the history of how he stood by refugees and immigrants.
In terms of races and minorities, in gender issues.
It's a complete contradiction to think that he's racist.
Corbyn has consistently taken a position which I think is the correct one. In my research and my academic work, I look at conflict and conflict management.
He has been championing the right of self-determination.
Taking into account the interests and the aspirations of all those who are involved. And in Kashmir's case, of course, this is primarily the Kashmiri people themselves.
From a humanitarian and human rights point of view.
When this was hugely unpopular, insisted that a solution to the Northern Ireland conflict could only come through negotiations. And in the end, he was right.
People want to cage him into some kind of box, which is not fair.
He's not an anti-Semite, he is not an anti-Hindu, he is for humanity.
Since '83, that Labour Party and Mr. Corbyn has been so active in supporting the Tamil communities in the United Kingdom.
There's this guy you've got to meet, and he's really involved in supporting solidarity struggles in Bolivia, and he's really involved in supporting Tamil rights in Sri Lanka, and you'd have loads to talk about, and he's always at all of these meetings, and he's not like all the other MPs, he's not involved in these kind of political machinations, and that was Jeremy Corbyn.
Jeremy was fully supportive of human rights and right of self-determination of Tamils.
There is also photos circulating of Jeremy Corbyn and Diane Abbott, who went and stood in solidarity with those Tamil refugees on the Earl William ship.
The Labour Party that is now led by these people is a Labour Party that I can wholeheartedly and unequivocally support.
He may not come across as pompous, but he's a genuine leader and we should support him.
Corbyn's always supported the Tamil right to self-determination in Sri Lanka, but he's also always stood in solidarity with oppressed communities across the world.
Both in global perspective and national perspective, comes as a stable and mature politician.
Party under Labour, under Jeremy Corbyn, doesn't seem to doesn't compromise to please everybody.
Very welcoming to see him as a Prime Minister of United Kingdom, and that's something lacking at present.
You know, whether people own shops, whether they have small businesses, whether they, work in factories or work in, I don't know, wherever.
So if you are committed to protecting the NHS, ending inequality, ending child poverty.
Corbyn has always fought for the rights of working people, normal working people. And
it's a sustainable economic programme that provides jobs and safeguards livelihoods and also safeguards the environment, then you have to vote Labour.
My parents, who have lived here for decades and have paid their taxes. My dad now needs social care support from the council, and we have people, the resources that they're providing, although the individuals are amazing, nobody will take responsibility for changing the dressing on his bedsore because council services are so depleted.
We are facing an enormous crisis in the NHS. I'm not sure the public understand the pressure.
It's about changing that direction and saying, no, we do have the money. We don't have the money to allow corporations to keep paying ridiculously low amounts of tax.
Over the last 10 years, things have got worse, and the doctors and nurses are emigrating or leaving the NHS.
We do have the money to look after people through our local authorities, through our councils who need it the most.
This is a very critical point that only way we can reverse it, re-electing the Labour Party in the coming election, and definitely I'll vote for the Labour.
So that's why a Corbyn government is just a no-brainer to me.